Bye bye Rolex. I just got myself a brand new Apple Watch Series 5. Let's unbox this. So here it is, my Apple Watch Series 5. This is the 44mm version, and this is the stainless steel silver version. But right now, let's just show you what you get inside the box. So let's put the box to one side. Very similar to what you have seen in the Series 4. So we get the Apple Watch here itself, and it comes in this really nice kind of suede felt kind of material. We also get inside the design by Apple in California with some details and information. Brick charger in this part of the world, and we also get the standard charging kind of pad as well that's included. Let's just show you what the Milanese strap looks like. I'm just gonna open this out over here. Now this is actually a really nice combo. In the past I had for the Series 4 the stainless steel gold version. Very nice, and I think the color actually looks really nice. The gold I was a big fan of, but this, I think it just looks a bit more masculine, and it's something that I'm used to wearing, particularly since I wear a lot of stainless steel watches as well. So here it is, the Series 5. Now before I go any further, I just want to make something absolutely clear. On my channel here, I don't use any artificial lighting, so I'm using absolute natural lighting. There's no color correction done, and that's done to give you guys a realistic look at what all of the products look like. So this is what you can expect if you pick yourself up a stainless steel in the silver. And I want to compare it very quickly before I put the strap on with my previous generation Series 4. So you can see this is the gold variation, stainless steel, so it's PVD coated gold on the Series 4. If you put them side by side, there was actually no visual difference other than the color. They look exactly the same height, the same thickness almost, and also the same feel as well. So it doesn't seem visually like there are any differences between the Series 5 and the Series 4, but when you power on that display, that's where the first difference will be noticeable. As we say in the wristwatch community, wristwatch check. Wow, how beautiful is that? All set up. This is the Apple Watch Series 5 on my wrist, and I've been using this beautiful Californian dial. If you're into watches, you'll know that this is a very iconic dial. My wrist is a 7.5 inch wrist, and this is a 44mm Apple Watch. So it looks and feels, I think, perfectly balanced for my wrist. I think if you got a smaller wrist than, let's say, about 6 inches or 6 inches or under, then you might want to try out the 40mm just to get the perfect fit and feel. Now, it still has a bit of a thickness to it, but that's perfectly fine. It still fits under the cuff perfectly well. So if you're going to wear this in the office or with a shirt, you should have no problems there. But guys, the build quality and just the feel of this, particularly in that stainless steel, is absolutely incredible. I was a very big fan of the gold, but if I had to choose between the two of them, I think this is much more elegant and nicer, and I love the way that Milanese strap is. So let's talk about what's different with the Series 5. The main sort of selling point is the fact that that always on display is something that Apple are incorporating on the 5, which you won't get with the previous generations. So what they've done is they've used a new screen technology that will allow the refresh rate of the display to go all the way down to 1 Hertz. And the benefit of that is the fact that, you know, that display will constantly be on without it majorly affecting the battery life. Now, I'm looking to test that out and see if that is the case. Apple is still saying that you're going to get about a day and a half with the Apple Watch. It won't affect, that display won't affect the battery life when compared with Series 4. To be totally honest and frank, The Series 4, I was getting about a day and a half, and already in this video I've had a ton of notifications. That shows you how much I use the Apple Watch. So I was pretty impressed with the battery life. I want to see if that's still the case with this new display on the Series 5. There are some benefits of having that always on display. Sneaking a glance at your time no longer means that you have to visually do this in a meeting. It also is beneficial if you're working out, because you'll be able to see your stats, your details, without again having to tap the screen in the middle of a workout. Now, what is really interesting is Apple have thought about this, and they've allowed you to turn off sensitive data or complications, and you can do that directly from the settings either on the phone or through the Apple Watch itself. So there are a few other features that are preloaded on the Apple Watch Series 5. The first one is a built-in compass, and that offers elevation and incline data. So it's great for people that are going to go trekking, hiking, but there's also another benefit, particularly in this part of the world where people face a particular direction to pray. You can use that built-in compass if you need assistance with that. The other feature is an international emergency calling feature. Now that's only available on the cellular models, but essentially you can hold down the side button and the Apple Watch will dial out to emergency services even without an iPhone, and that will be working in over 120 different countries. I am tempted to go for a swim later. Good job, I've got that sports nylon band. Now incidentally, if you've got any of the previous generation bands, they will work with the Series 5. Nothing has changed as far as the design, so it means that you can kind of reuse your bands or purchase any of the new ones. Now, one of the other things to mention is the fact that it's really bright out here in Dubai and Abu Dhabi and most of the Middle East, so you don't really have to worry about the display, because I think the display does generally a good job when out and about. If it was up to me though, I would actually like that display to be a bit more brighter, just to make sure that it's easier to view. Like I said, it does a good job, but it would be nice to have a brighter display, particularly for sunny places like here. So I want to take a moment to answer a question that I know is going to be left in the comment section down below. Hey, I'm Kwan. I have a Series 4. Should I upgrade to the Series 5? And in a nutshell, I would say probably not. It's better holding out and waiting to see what Series 6 has to offer. Plus, with the new Watch OS 6 that you can download now, you'll get a lot of the main functionality, the look, the feel of what you are getting with the Series 5. I mean, yes, if you need the built-in display, the built-in compass, the emergency services calling, then yeah, the Apple Watch Series 5 is what you want and need. But it's probably worth upgrading if you have an older Apple Watch, let's say Series 1, Series 2, even a Series 3. And this is the interesting thing about this year. It felt like a minor update, and I think the reason for that is because Apple completely dominates this sector. If you look at smartwatches, and I've used a range of them, Apple Watch does an excellent job, both from a form, functionality, and a look and feel perspective. I mean, they're completely dominating this space. So it's probably one of the reasons why Apple haven't introduced anything new. It'll be interesting to see what they do next year with perhaps a redesign. One of the other interesting things is that here on the channel, if you've been following me, you'll know I have a massive passion for technology, but I'm also heavily into my luxury watches. Going all the way back, you'll know that I completely slated the Series 1, Series 2, and the Apple Watch Series 3 I only used for a week and then sent it back. But last year, the Series 4 was the first Apple Watch that started to take wrist time away from all my other luxury watches. And I think the reason for that is because Apple have struck this real clear balance between awesome styling, design, but also functionality. And as someone who considers themselves a watch geek, a watch nerd, I know a lot of you that watch my channel also consider that. I think there's no taking away from the fact that Apple is doing an incredible job now with the Apple Watch, and it's in Series 5 this year that I think a lot more people might be getting their hands on one to dip their toes into the smartwatch lifestyle that can work perfectly well alongside all your Rolex, APs, Pateks, and everything else. Anyway, that's it from me for now. I'd love to know what you guys think, so take this opportunity to leave your comment down below. And if you're new around here, welcome. Please do join me by hitting that subscribe button. I'd love to see you here on the channel, and I'm closing in on 100,000 subscribers, and I'm looking forward to doing a giveaway once that milestone is reached. That's it from me for now. I will see you in the next video here on EMKWAN Reviews. There goes my Apple Watch. Until then, peace and blessings.